yourself.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Konowitz, and with me as always is the Jim Beam to my Jack Daniels, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me. I come in a variety of flavors.
What's your favorite?
Apple.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew you were going to say apple.
Yeah.
Hey.
Although the black cherry is also delicious.
Nate Loucks, you're going to be my Johnny Walker.
Oh.
Hey, it's me, Johnny Walker. Is there Johnny Walker Black or
Yeah.
something?
I'm sure there is.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The black
Yeah.
man's
Man
a
in
good one.
Black.
Yeah.
The navy blue one's also good too.
Yeah,
There's a navy blue, really?
Yeah. Those are a little more expensive.
I don't know much about. Is that Scotch or whiskey?
I think it's
Is Johnny Walker
Sure.
the
Scotch.
Scotch?
I think it's
don't know.
I think it's Scotch whiskey.
Somebody bought me a bottle of Glenlivet.
Ooh, good stuff.
Yeah, no, I gave it to my dad because I'm like, I don't. It was a very nice
Seems a
Christmas
little
gift,
too
but
fancy for me.
I don't
Is it
even.
Glenlivet or is it Glenvillet?
I see again. I just saw the G.
I think it's Glenlivet.
I
but
think it's Glenvillet.
oh, maybe it is.
Uh,
it's probably like the traditional Irish way to
Is-
say it is like Glenlivet.
Glenvillet.
I got some Glen Gooley, Glen
And you
Ross.
know, there's that like douche that
Oh no, you're
really
right.
loves.
It is Glenlivet. Yeah, you're
yeah, I
right.
knew that. I knew.
There's that douche that really loves like Irish whiskey or something, and they pronounce it by the traditional name.
And then make you sound like an asshole because
Glen-
never even.
Yeah, Glenlivet is Scotch whiskey as well.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
It's really good.
Welcome to the Alcohol Podcast.
yeah, we're experts. Thanks
Yeah,
for listening.
Clearly, go booze yourself.
Go sip yourself.
Oh, Bradford, good to see you, buddy. How you been?
Oh, great.
You know what, Brad? You know what I'm holding in my hand right now?
I mean, it sounds like a
we do.
really terrible
We do.
lead-in.
And it's made us uncomfortable for quite some time.
Honestly, it's kind of making me uncomfortable because I've had these in my hand for far too long.
I'm impressed that it fits in your hand.
You you passed out the sponsor a little early, and so yes, these are melting in my hand a little bit because my hands are.
They're
a little,
melting.
Well,
How
they're-
hot are
it's
your
hot. Yeah,
hands?
I'm very warm.
It's not summer.
It's so
and the
warm.
studio's like freezing right
yeah,
now. So I don't.
jeez.
I have
You need to get that looked at.
Oh, hot hands Konowitz over here.
It was 6 fingers, kind of.
Do you even microwave your hot dog? You just squish them in your hands.
Just hold them for a
Just
while.
hold him for like
Yep.
13 seconds.
Gross.
And then I hand them out to my friends and family.
and then lick his fingers.
Hop.
Yum.
Brad, what is today's sponsor?
Well, I'm a world traveler.
Oh boy.
Are you?
I am.
I'm not gonna lie.
I've been to England. I've been to Australia. I've been to Illinois, and they're very fancy places. Very fancy places. I've been to Olive Garden. Yeah,
And when you're there, your family.
yeah, your family. But so I got something for you that's will let you guys travel the world with me.
Okay.
Did you almost say fuck?
I'm so mad right
It
now.
just comes so naturally
does.
during this segment
So,
of our podcast.
We've had some Brock's products before. Maybe not on here, but we've definitely had them on our
I'm
old
sure
radio
we've
show,
had.
Ben, Brad, and Beyond.
Our old timey radio.
Our
show.
old time radio.
the old
show.
talkie we used to do.
Listen, come back to Ben, Brad, and Beyond.
This year, Brock's decided to not be insane and do like the tailgate flavors or the taco
Those
truck
were
flavors.
terrible.
Or this time we have something that's sweet, and I think that you'll at least somewhat enjoy.
Yeah, read the flavor names.
This is Brock's Desserts of the World. I'm not going to read the flavor names just yet. I'm going to have you try one by one. So let's start with the dark brown one.
This is going to go very
this
well
is
with the IPA I'm drinking right now. I know.
Absolutely. Desserts pair very well with beer.
This is also going to pair very well with our listeners just listening
I
to
know,
us
right.
eat shit. Like, this is the. What are you
I'm
doing?
not eating shit.
Okay, which one are we starting with?
The brown one, the dark brown one.
Yeah, the one
Well,
looks
we
like-
are. Okay.
You guys say-
like a piece of corn I've passed. Cool.
What's wrong with your corn, buddy? What are you guys thinking about that one, huh? How's it tickling your tongue?
Is that flan?
No.
No, it's not flan. It's something with like chocolate, but
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But it's like a
it's
brownie kind of thing.
chocolate macaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, flan.
That's only you know what flan.
Flan is disgusting. Sorry to all the
Whoa,
people.
flan is not disgusting.
Oh, it is so gross. It's a texture thing for me.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. The
Yeah.
texture of flan is weird. It's like a wet cheesecake.
Yes, exactly. With honey.
I swear to God, you just like text your flan. Text your flan and let her know what we're coming over. What? Like,
Oh, texture flan. Flan is Spanish for grandmother. It's not true.
it's abuelita.
Well, yeah.
Oh, well,
That's
now
like-
our listeners are
That's like
impressed.
little grandma.
Seriously.
Abuela is grandma.
Yeah.
No, but I always look at him little.
yeah.
I mean, a lot
somebody
of them are
saw
little tiny.
Yeah, tiny.
Somebody clearly saw Encanto. All right, moving on.
So let's do the pink one now.
Okay.
All right.
Oh boy, I don't know why I'm nervous.
No, these are the best ones.
Yeah,
I'm
none of
sure.
these are bad. None of these are bad. How you guys feel about that one, huh?
That's pretty good.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's strawberry mochi. I'm not sure why it's mochi. I guess
Yeah, what is mochi?
mochi is like that Japanese ice cream where it's like
Yeah.
an ice cream bite where it's like covered in like a doughy kind of thing, but there's ice cream in the middle.
It's
Okay.
mochi pretty good.
All right, let's do the whiter speckled one.
Wait, so let me,
Okay,
let me
listeners, I'm
clarify.
sorry.
There's a
there's a
there's
yellow-
a yellow speckled one.
A darker speckled and a lighter speckled.
Yeah.
All right.
Do the one that has the darker speckles. I guess it doesn't matter.
Darker speckled one.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll figure it out.
See, I think that's the chocolate one again for me. I think maybe I got two of the same ones.
I think your taste buds are broken.
Okay. I'm going to say this. Don't love this one.
It's not the best. Yeah.
Is that hot dog?
You know it's not. You would be throwing up.
We had the tailgate thing.
Yeah, was it gross?
It was.
Nate.
It is the worst thing I have ever tasted in my life.
Somebody lost their job.
We-
and if they didn't, they should have lost.
I
their
don't
job.
know, though, because people, like, especially younger people, like my son would love that. He would love to
We
give...
gagged on the radio. It was awful. I
Makes for
immediately
great radio.
I
It was-
immediately had to spit it up into a cup, and I almost threw up.
Did you get
physically wretched.
Rick Federici to try him?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He strangely was like, tasty. No. I'm just joking.
Okay, so
Prove
now
it
we
once again,
Now the
you might be a
other
robot.
speckled one.
Oh, I think I ate the lemon one. Sorry.
This tastes very similar to me.
I think that I got two of the speckles that were the chocolate ones.
By the way, what was the last one? You didn't tell us what the last one was.
Oh, did I not? It's a churro.
It didn't
Those
taste
last
like a
ones.
churro.
It's fun.
It didn't taste like a churro.
This
Give
one-
me some cinnamon and sugar.
This
around
one's
that thing.
apple pie.
It
There's
didn't taste
not
like
a lot of apple.
pie. No,
It tastes like apple pie crust.
maybe. But like, why? Nobody eats apple pie for the crust.
Mine
though.
was lemon. I'm not lying.
You
at
took
all.
the wrong one?
I did. Because now all I've got is the purple one left.
You know he can't follow
Purple one?
directions.
Yeah.
What?
I've only got the purple one left.
I think we discovered Ben's colorblind.
I think you. Yeah, we have a problem here.
Is there really not a purple?
There was only that was the first one that we did was the dark one.
Oh no, this is the. Oh, sorry. I think that
Oh my god.
I got my flashlight on now.
What is wrong with you? There was
This is
only
brown.
there was only one that was actually a dark color.
In this light, it looks purple to me.
I wish we had a video.
Okay, I'm eating the purple.
Well, now you have the chocolate.
I have the
one.
purple one.
It's not purple. It's brown.
All right, so I'm
It's
gonna
chocolate.
eat the like yellowy one.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
And Ben already spoiled it.
Oh, that's chocolate.
Yeah.
Lemon-
Welcome to like 5 minutes.
Is
ago,
that
dude.
chocolate mochi?
It's chocolate macaron.
Hey,
This
this
one's-
yellow one was like a lemon,
lemon.
meringue.
Lemon
Or-
sherbet.
Oh, it's good. That one's good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in to
Brox.
go
Oh,
taste
sorry,
it.
lemon sorbet. So those were the desserts of the world, and now you are a
Where'd you
global
get this
traveler.
at?
You can get these at
Literally anywhere.
no CVS, and I saw them at Five Below as well.
As I said, because I think people are
A clothing store?
It's not Five Below is not a clothing store.
I'm not. That was not a joke. I really thought it was. I've never been in one.
No,
It is
Five Below
it's
is
like a hodgepodge store where everything is $5 or less. They have like
It's not
Oh.
terrible. Like it has some stuff. Like you need like an iPhone cord or something like that.
Oh.
You can
yeah,
usually
it's
find that in
cheaper,
there.
cheapo stuff
Yeah.
though. But it's they have
I'm not joking. I thought
cheap
it was
toys,
like a Gap.
A bag to put
Yeah,
like birthday presents in or
mugs,
something like
kitchen
that.
utensils, tons of candy, lots of
I
candy.
thought it was like
Yeah.
Gap Kids or something.
No,
Like
but
5 and below, like for kids.
I mean, that's not wrong, I guess. Anyway, that's the desserts of the world. That's what's happening around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. This is a movie podcast, and we're here to talk about.
contrary to what
We
you
talked about alcohol. We talked about candy, and now we're getting into what movies?
Well, we were going to talk about movies, except someone on this podcast decided
Listen.
not to watch a movie
Freaking-
over the entire past week.
Okay.
And he's nervous because he's moving his microphone and everything. like,
Okay.
okay,
Oh,
listen,
okay.
I'm really important.
Okay.
I am really important.
If you guys haven't
Okay.
figured out who they're talking about, it's Nate. No, I screwed up, guys. I had the home show in.
Not only did you not watch your assigned movie, you didn't watch a single movie.
Let me
period.
For our listeners, let me take this through. All right, so we assign people usually a couple days after we record the last podcast. Somebody will text, "Hey, we need to do assignment for movies." It was my turn to give Ben, and I felt bad for Ben because he had to watch movies that I assigned him that he didn't like. Right, Fiddler on the Roof being the last one. That was a very long film, even though I love it. He didn't. So I said, "Hey, I'm going to give you something I think you're going to enjoy watching. I'm going to make it."
Fiddler's 3 hours and 11 minutes.
Let's not rehash, all right? So I said, let me give you something shorter. I said, I would give you Lincoln, but it's going to be too long. Let me find something shorter for you that I think you would like. And you said, no, I have plenty of time. I would love to watch Lincoln. And I said, well, that's good because it's directed by Steve Spielberg, who's one of Brad's favorite directors
Yeah.
and people in general. I said, great, let's do that. You should. Everyone should see Lincoln.
You're right. I'm not disagreeing with any of this. Also, did you guys know that there's a 3rd season of Ted Lasso coming out? And so I really wanted to watch the 1st and 2nd seasons again, and that's what I did instead. Instead, Lasso.
To watch 2 seasons of television on
That
Apple
you've
TV
already
Plus.
seen probably more than once.
This is the fourth watch through.
You know,
I'm not joking. It's
you know,
the
there's
show I've seen the most.
There's movies on Apple TV Plus. That's the show you've seen the most.
I've never. Well, no,
I
sorry.
like
Futurama. I've seen every episode at least 100 times.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I think
recent
Really?
shows anyway.
recent shows for sure.
Did you not like Ted Lasso?
No, I love Ted Lasso, but I'm just surprised that such a recent show is the one he's seen the most.
Let me defend Ben here, because when I go through depression seasons, which is like Monday through Saturday, most weeks, Ted Lasso brings me out of it, and it makes me laugh regardless of like the day I had. And so I understand watching Ted Lasso over and over again.
You get a little hooked.
Yeah.
On the joy that show brings you.
Yes.
And honestly, it brings me a lot of joy. And we all need a little joy in our lives, guys.
That's fair. But you also need movies.
I do apologize.
Because you're on a movie podcast.
Because the last time that I saw a movie, it was at the theater with Brad, and it was Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, we talked about
I know we talked about it. I'm just bringing it up. I at least did go to the theater, though. I've seen something in the last month. Okay.
Bye. Okay. Well, Nate, what's the last movie you saw then?
The last film that I saw is a film that I was assigned by my friend Brad. So there's a lot of films from the 70s, stuff like that I have not seen that I know are like a part of the American film lexicon.
Oh, I forgot what I assigned you.
Yeah, and I'm really excited because when you assign me films like this, it is a gap that I know I have. Just like you said with Lincoln, it's a film you know you should watch.
Yep.
I just haven't gotten to it. So I got to see American Graffiti, and so this is the second film ever by George Lucas, and it is actually, you could probably make a documentary about this film itself because it's so fascinating to me as I was reading more about it. So it's directed and written by George Lucas. It's produced by Francis Ford Coppola, who is kind of the reason why this film came about.
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola told him, "Hey, try to create a movie after what? Remind me again, what's his first movie?
THX 1138.
Yeah, haven't seen that either. But essentially, make a film that's more palatable to movie-going audiences, right?" Yeah. And so
then did he say, you fucking nerd?
He said, okay. Now, he could not get anybody to finance the film, though.
Yeah.
And so Francis Ford Coppola said, well, I gave you the challenge. I should probably, finance it.
And that's why it's an American Zoetrope production.
Yes, exactly. Which is I think I read, Brad, correct me if I'm wrong, the way they did documentaries back then, correct? Mm-hmm. How they filmed documentaries. So it's in a lesser kind of grade of film. Is that correct? So this to me had... this might not make sense to you, but for me, Superbad, we've talked about some of my favorite films. Superbad is one of my favorite films. And this felt like a distant relative to Superbad.
Absolutely, for sure.
And so...
Yeah.
I know nothing about American Graffiti.
Oh, no, you should see it. So it essentially is, and what I loved about this is back in the 70s, early 70s, 72, I think, when this was made, it's set in like 63 or something, which again...
62.
Or 62, yeah. Which seemed so long before that.
Yeah.
But it'd be like us sending a film in like 2010.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like doo-woppy kind of, the setting is a very like diners and drive-in kind of, setting. Harrison Ford's in it. Richard Dreyfuss is in it. Ron Howard's in it. Ron Howard's in it because he wanted to make more serious films after Happy Days, right? He wanted to be viewed as an actual actor, so they put him in this. Mackenzie Phillips. Wolfman Jack. Here's another fascinating fact about this.
Hey, that's me, Wolfman Jack, doing the radio show.
So there's a couple fascinating things about this.
That's what he sounds like.
Wolfman Jack was probably at this time one of the biggest celebrities in this film, right? Because radio was still huge then, and Wolfman Jack had probably the largest radio listenership in the country. They didn't have money to pay him though, and so they gave him a certain percentage of whatever the proceeds would be. Here's the crazy thing: is the budget for this film was $777,000, not even $1 million. And how much did it make, Brad?
I don't know.
$140 million.
There you go.
Wolfman Jack was able to live the rest of his life, and I kid you not, on proceeds he made from this movie.
I would love to be able to do that.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many interesting facts about this film that... here's another one. George Lucas could not pay a lot of the staff and a lot of the people that made the film, the key grips, these kind of things. And back then, before, if you watch a film made in the 50s or something like that, if you go to the end credits... You're going to have a far less, it's not going to take as much time as it will now. Now you watch the end of film credits.
Everybody who works on a movie gets a credit.
Yeah. And so then the way he paid him, he said, listen, I'll give you credit. I'll give you actual credit in the film. You will see your name in there. and that started really what was not the only film to do it, but what was kind of the impetus for that being like, well, I got included in this film by George Lucas. You should include me in this film. Well, you're only like an assistant key grip. Well,
And
sorry,
it took another like 50 years after that for Kickstarter to start doing that.
Yeah. So it's a fun film. Watch it. It is, like I said, it's kind of a coming of age story. It does. If you watch it, you will. I think again, like Brad said, I saw it. It is like a distant cousin of Superbad. It is funny. It's not as maybe dirty as Superbad can be sometimes, but there are certainly scenes that are really funny and kind of almost.
It's
vulgar.
the best way to describe it for you, Ben, is like it's set in '62. It's set in this town, and like it's summer. Everyone's getting ready to go off to college. It's kind of like the last hurrah for these kids. And this is a time when like it's the '60s, so everyone, what they're doing is they're cruising around, and so like all these kids are out in like their cars and just driving around.
What still happens in LaPorte, by the way.
And that, so you say that, and it's funny. When I saw American Graffiti when I was a teenager, and I was like soaking up, all the stuff that's Lucas and Spielberg and everyone did. For the longest time, I have wanted to remake American Graffiti, not like as like an actual remake of the movie, but like a LaPorte, Indiana version of American Graffiti.
LaPorte,
wanna go
Indiana,
for a
for our
ride,
listeners,
buddy?
is where we live. But yeah,
Because when I was in high school, and I'm sure you guys did this too, like that's what you do is you just drive up and down the main road.
We have a main street
through
here.
LaPorte,
Yep.
and
Cat in the Drag.
And so I've always wanted to do like an early 2000s version of American Graffiti, like set in LaPorte.
All right, let's write it.
everything.
It is one of the most. It's crazy. It seems one of the most commercially successful films because the budget was so low, and it was hard to get the budget right. It was, and then there's so little margin in their budget to make films. I was reading that. They have one day where they're filming and they're not getting all the licenses and stuff to film, and there was a fire right down the block from where they needed to film. So that night was gone. You can't film anything because the sirens are wailing all night. You know, and so it's just a really fascinating thing. But what came out of it was you got Harrison, a very young. Actually, he was the oldest character at the time, or the oldest actor at the time. He was 30. But what
He was
seems
nobody,
like
though.
Very young Harrison Ford. This is way before obviously Star Wars. Ron Howard's a known name, but Richard Dreyfuss
Wolfman
is really
Jack.
young. It was so much fun. Thank you for suggesting that. It was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it because I love this movie.
Yeah.
I never understood those back end deals like that. The producer is having trouble coming up with a budget for the film, and so he goes, "Hey, Jack Nicholson, I'll give you 20% of the film's proceeds of it." And so that's like me being like, "Oh, boss, don't worry, this movie's gonna shit the bed. It's not gonna make any money." So basically, Jack Nicholson's gonna be in it for free. That's not a good proposition for anybody.
Well, it's more so though. It's like if it happens if you have an actor who like probably demands a bigger paycheck, but they want to be in the movie, but you can't afford for them to be in the movie, and so like you just make the agreement, and like they're taking a risk too by hoping that they'll get a good paycheck. Because if it doesn't do well at the box
They
office,
just spent a month not getting paid.
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
Sure.
So like it just depends.
Okay, fine.
What about you, Brady? What did you watch?
Well, Ben assigned me a great piece of cinema history, and it was one that I've had a blind spot for a while, and I'm really glad that I was able to fill it out because it's just a beautiful tapestry of color and ass.
A film called Debbie Does Dallas.
Color and ass.
It is, and I mean ass on a number of levels
Yes.
because I'm talking about Too Fast, Too Furious.
You are welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Wait,
thanks
have you
for
really
that.
not seen Too Fast, Too Furious?
This was the only Fast and Furious movie that I hadn't ever seen.
And I knew this, and I know Fast X is coming up, but come on.
Because I had such a bad taste in my mouth after the first Fast and Furious that I did not enjoy very much when I was in high school, and so I just never went out of my way to see Too Fast, Too Furious.
Aren't you glad that you did?
I'm really not.
Oh, come on.
No,
It's fun.
this movie is still very much in the same vein as the first, the Fast and the Furious. It is, gosh, it's not as silly as like the new movies. The new movies are
It's
like
a different kind of
it's
silly.
a different kind of silly. It's like it's so
It's bad. It's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. I'd forgotten how much like there's kind of like an anime influence in how like the driving sequences are. Because like when they're driving fast, the way the backgrounds are like flying past and everything, like it's like you're watching an anime where the character's sitting still and they're like coming towards you with like the background moving. And there's really like cheap CG shots of the cars doing like turns that they couldn't do with the real cars and stuff like that. And The acting is bad. Also, and here's something that I didn't know before. But they've kind of betrayed Tyrese Gibson's character Roman.
Oh yeah.
Ever since introducing, because he's a badass in Too Fast, Too Furious.
The crazy part
and now
is
he's a wimp.
They have this guy who's legitimately like, man, fuck you. I will eat your lunch. And now he's like, I'm scared.
The first thing he says to Paul Walker is it's like the equivalent of like, I don't fuck with pigs.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, like where did this guy go? Because he used to be tough. There's a scene where they're basically auditioning for a job, and they have to race across Florida to get to a Ferrari first to get a package from inside of the glove compartment. When they get there, Tyrese just takes off his shirt, wraps it around his fist, and punches the window out. And it's like, man, this guy is not in these movies anymore.
Yeah, and Paul Walker just walks up and the door's unlocked.
Yeah.
So that character is supposed to be this, throw caution to the wind and just fucking get the job done.
And now he's scared of everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this movie is just. The one thing I do appreciate is, I feel like the Fast
Cole
and Furious-
Hauser.
Oh God! First of all, is it just me, or did they throw some bronzer on Cole Hauser?
Oh, of course they did. He fucking swam in it every morning before he got out.
And I don't know.
He's playing an Argentinian drug lord.
That's the thing. Is that I was like, are they trying to make Cole Hauser somewhat Hispanic?
Yes,
and they did. And they did.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he didn't do an accent or anything like that. But I'm like, this seems wrong.
Yeah, it's brown face a little bit.
Yeah, it's
or bronzer face.
It's right on the cusp.
It really
because
is.
it could be just he's tan because he's in Florida. I've seen plenty of white people who aren't pretending to be Hispanic who have darker skin.
And thank God you're right though. He wasn't like, hey, mommy, I'm going to
take all these people out.
He fucking thank God didn't do that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's amazing that there was once a world where like Cole Hauser was the villain of an action sequel.
Cut to today, right? He's in Yellowstone, right? Isn't that the show he's in? Where he's like just this burly farmhand,
which seems to work for him.
Which is like, yeah, that's who that guy is.
Well, this is only like 5 years after Good Will Hunting, where he played one of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's stupid Boston friends that just rode around in the car with them.
Yep.
Okay. Just realizing that was Cole Hauser right now.
Yeah.
Cole Hauser has an incredibly diverse career.
He does. He's done a lot. He's done a lot of different stuff.
I really like him too. By the way.
No, he's a fun guy. But yeah, man, this movie is not good.
Did it make you miss Eva Mendes a little bit?
It's funny. So I forgot that they had brought her back in that credit scene in Fast 5, and it's like, well, where is she at? And it's mostly because she's been retired for a little while now.
Yeah, she had kids.
Yeah,
she's decided
her and
to
Ryan
leave the
Gosling.
industry.
So,
what was I going to say? Cole Hauser. I always back in the day, I always confused him with the guy that played the villain in Walking Tall, the Dwayne the Rock Johnson movie. They looked very similar to me, and I don't even know that guy's name.
The guy that like looks albino.
Yeah, I always looked at those two guys like they were the same person.
I think he's in.
Who is it? Walking Tall?
No, I think
Walking
he's
Tall
in like
is
a lot of like Christian movies now.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing well. Neil McDonough.
Oh, Neil McDonough. Oh yeah, he was in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah, yes. I always got him and Cole Hauser confused.
He
back
was
in the day.
actually great in the Band of Brothers miniseries. Neil McDonough was fantastic.
I like Neil McDonough. He's a good character actor. But yeah, he has been doing. He's been doing some TV shows, but yeah, he did Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist.
Classic.
All-timer.
Funnily enough, here's one that isn't a Christian one, even though it sounds like it could be. There Are No Saints. But that's just an action movie. That went straight to video, it looks like.
Yeah, it feels like that's kind of where his career is right now. He was the co-star to Bruce Willis in his last couple films.
There you go. Yeah.
He had a recurring role as a villain in the DC Arrowverse, though. He hopped around in The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and stuff like that. So
and again, I don't dislike Neil McDonough.
Working actor Neil McDonough.
Yeah,
and I think he's great at what he does.
Yeah,
if I had Neil McDonough's career, I probably wouldn't be complaining.
No, I wouldn't. Also, especially he's probably pretty in shape.
Yeah, I'll give him a kiss. Give him a trouser kiss.
Give him a trouser kiss.
Anyway, so yeah, that's Too Fast, Too Furious, which is too fast for y'all.
Oh my God, I'm so glad.
I cannot believe you
though.
assigned that. By the way,
it's Fast X season.
It's
a hole in the repertoire, and
I'm glad he did, because I needed something light after all of the depressing drama and long movies I've had recently.
You're welcome. Looking at you, Nate.
Give me some fun stuff, huh? Give me some comedies. Give me some action movies.
Okay, next I assign you next week. I will give you a comedy that I enjoy. The problem is you've seen every film ever made.
I have seen a lot of comedies, but there's some stuff out there that I haven't seen.
The genres that I really enjoy and have seen everything. Pick one there.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys have a whole list to pick from.
You're right. We will.
As well you should.
As well we would.
As well
we
you
will.
should.
As well we will.
You see anything else, Nate?
I did. I saw.
Oh, look at these big boys! Just all the time in the world to watch movies. Must be freaking nice.
No, I saw.
Pretty good. I had time to.
Oh, I know what I saw.
I built most of the Home Alone Lego set this weekend.
I saw A Man Called Otto. Have you seen?
Did you really?
Cried my freaking eyes out. That movie is that is a tearjerker.
Does the dog die or something?
No, there's no dog. There is a cat, but there's no deaths of that.
Is this is the Tom Hanks one?
Yeah, I told you in our text thread. I really think he has a future.
And this is a remake.
Yes, it's maybe a Swedish or Finnish or Dutch or something like that film.
A Man Called Ove.
Yeah, my daughter had read the book, so she wanted to watch the film with me, and it's clearly she's got school the next day. It's like 11:30 at night, way past her bedtime, and we're both just sobbing at the end. I would tell you, I sometimes it's not hard to make me cry in a film, but I can tell when the tears are cheesy type of tears. I'll still cry, but this was not it. It was just great acting, good story. I really enjoyed it. I mean, not a perfect film, but I did really enjoy the film.
What's the hardest you've cried in a movie? Probably like Big Mama's House 2?
For me, it's Too Fast, Too Furious.
Probably the hardest I've ever cried in a film was a film by Robert De Niro called Everybody's Fine. Have you heard that? Have you seen that one?
Yeah, that movie's real cheesy.
I know, but there's a scene. Here, I have this thing where when strong men cry, when men that could be my dad or my grandfather cry.
Because you've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
So when Robert De Niro cries, I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I literally just start like fidgeting, like, Robert De Niro's not supposed to cry.
Like Brad, your dad loves you very much.
And he probably said it.
You don't get this. You don't get this. But it'd be like for you, like the first time you saw a movie with a spooky alien, right? And you're like, I've never seen. Oh my god, I've never seen an alien.
I can say this.
This is shocking to me.
In my 42 years,
imagine that.
I've never seen my father cry.
Emotion.
Ever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I cry all the time. But no, that probably got me to cry. The end of Slumdog Millionaire, I sobbed.
I've still never seen that.
Are you serious?
Never.
Somebody's going to sign that
film.
film.
Oh my god! Yeah, seriously.
Really? Is it that good?
Dude, yeah, it's great.
It's really good.
Okay. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
There are some films.
Sorry, it's not John Wick.
Do you guys want to know a dumb film that I cry every time, and I've cried multiple times? A movie with Marky Mark called Instant Family.
Fighting with My Family. Oh.
Instant Family's surprisingly good.
Thank you. And so
I watched it on a plane, and I was like, you know what? This is pretty good.
Did you cry? Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry, but I liked it.
No, but Brad doesn't have a heart.
He's like, oh no, my dad loves me.
Is there a film that you cry in regularly?
Regularly?
Or like have
yeah, you know what? The one you watch every day?
Instant Family, I will cry every time I watch it. But for you, like, is there a film that got you emotionally that you didn't maybe expect it to?
That I didn't expect to.
I remember you telling me that After Yang really.
Yeah, After Yang.
After Yang really got me. About Time. That was another one that really hit the heartstrings. I haven't been able to watch it. Since the old dad passed away.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Sorry, I remember. Yeah,
I don't know when I'm gonna be able to rewatch.
No,
did you guys cry in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever?
Yes.
I think you cry easier than he does.
I didn't cry. I got misty at the opening though, for sure.
Oh man, no, I mean in the opening throughout, I was just getting emotional. Yep.
Top Gun Maverick.
Did you really
got me some tears?
Oh, and that one didn't get me.
With the Val Kilmer stuff.
I guess that was
the Val Kilmer stuff, and the very end for whatever reason when Taylor was like, "It's what my dad would have done." I was like,
okay. I think I might have actually talked about this before. It's the scene in Infinity War, or Endgame. Sure. Sorry, is it Endgame? It's Endgame.
Which I don't know what you're talking about.
Where she tells him to eat a salad.
Oh, that's Endgame. Yeah.
Endgame. Yeah. So Rocket and Thor go back, and then his mom's still alive in that universe, and he's like, and she knows. She just knows. Like that performance. That's one of my favorite performances.
Renee Russo, right?
In any MCU movie, the way that she acts in that scene with him,
she killed that scene.
Freaking murders
and it's an underappreciated scene because she does kill that scene. Yeah.
It's the knowing of that character.
Chris Hemsworth, that's great.
Oh my god! And like I said this before, I was sitting next to my mom in the theater watching it. That'll kill you.
Did you go to reach for her hand and then she swatted you away?
She's like, I'm watching a movie.
You said, listen to her.
She did lean over and was like, you should also eat a salad. Yeah, no, I mean that's probably the last time I remember really crying hard. Yeah, man. There was Bailey and I just watched something a few weeks ago that I remember.
Fiddler on the Roof.
I've cried. I've cried. I've cried in Feather. I do.
Ben cried for a different reason.
You know what's sad about?
When's it over?
Still on?
Do you know what's sad about Fiddler on the Roof?
Everything.
World War I persecution of the Jews in Russia.
I understand.
I don't
thematically.
apologize for getting sad
It's
about the
very
systemic
No, it's not even sad. It's
persecution of a whole
fucking
group of people because of their religious.
depressing.
Ben,
It's
sorry you don't get emotional about
You
that.
gave me depression.
Now you understand why I cry in almost every movie I watch.
Yeah, because you probably start off your week watching fucking Fiddler. Oh, it's my favorite. I see it all the time. That's why you have a
really
problem.
Great. It's great.
Oh my god.
That's fun. I did build a Home Alone house though.
How many pieces is that thing?
Oh, I don't know, but it's
It's got to be 3,000, 4,000 pieces.
yeah, it's a big one. It's fun though.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
I got like 5 bags left.
You watch anything else this week?
While I was building the Home Alone Lego house, I decided to start rewatching Arrested Development because it's leaving Netflix soon.
Gotcha.
And it's been a while since I rewatched that, and man,
How's it age?
the writing on that show is just impeccable. It is so witty, and the way that it just keeps building upon itself and like sets up jokes that pay off so well later. Like it is one of the most sharply written, finely tuned like pieces of television out there. And
So who created that? Is it Mitch Hurwitz?
Yeah.
Make
So then what did he do after? What has he done since?
more Arrested Development.
Is that really
I don't
all
know if
he's
you
done?
know they brought it back.
Yeah, they brought it back. For
No, but like since
2
then, though,
more
I mean,
seasons.
A show called Lady Dynamite. Did you watch that?
Oh,
one?
that's a Maria Bamford show. I haven't watched
Correct.
it, but I heard it was good.
And really not a ton, honestly. Flaked was a show he did that didn't make it well. It had Will Arnett in it and Mark.
Another Will Arnett show called Running Wild.
Yep.
WILDE.
just really loves that guy.
Yeah, and as much as we love Will Arnett and we talk about him on the 10 to 1 podcast or other SNL podcast, Will Arnett isn't as commercially successful as
He's
we
not.
wish.
Yeah.
No, I liked Murderville. I think they should have done more with it, but that's a TV show.
Maybe they will do more with it.
Let me say this. There's a podcast we listen to with Jason Bateman and
Sean Hayes,
and who's the other guy?
Will Arnett.
Thank you.
It's called Smartless.
Yeah, go ahead and tell the story.
I was gonna say
So one of the things, as I listen to this podcast, and I try to listen to most episodes, is I have a newfound appreciation for the comedic talent of Jason Bateman. Like again, Jason Bateman's been around forever, right? If you've watched any of his shows from when he was a kid to now, you almost kind of don't have the appreciation I think he deserves, because he often is the straight guy, right?
Yep.
That's what he does really well. But his timing is so perfect.
So,
and in Arrested Development,
on
it's just
this
so good.
podcast, we have said
We had Jason Bateman.
we
Go on.
said we said I was trying to liken his sense of humor, or I'm sorry, I was trying to liken an older actor's sense of humor who had passed, Charles Grodin.
Yeah.
And Jason Bateman is the torchbearer of that style of deadpan humor and just amazing, impeccable timing.
Yep.
I think that's a good comparison. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, Arrested Development, man. If you're somehow out there and you have never watched this show,
I should check it out.
Watch it as quickly as you can because it leaves Netflix on March 14th.
Well,
but it'll still be.
Where's it
going
going to go? Do you know?
I'm not sure if it's going anywhere or if it's just going to be like,
Gone forever.
Yeah, with these days, with how streaming stuff is working, who knows? You'll probably still be able to like buy it digitally and stuff like that. But thankfully, I have the first 3 seasons on DVD.
Hey, Brad, do you want to talk about some trailers?
I mean, I guess.
It's trailer time. It's trailer time. Trailer time. It's trailer time.
I'm gonna need you guys to
It's trailer time.
do a little better.
Trailer time.
That was a good ending.
Yeah.
It was a good ending. But normally, that part of the show's getting a little repetitive. I think we're gonna have to change it up a little bit.
Hey, when you get good at musical improv,
Then
you
come
can,
talk to
yeah,
us.
then you come talk to us.
You know what? Note taken. You guys, what do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the new adaptation of a theme park that Disney is trying their hand at, and that's Disney's Haunted Mansion. Not the Haunted Mansion, because it's cleaner without the, as Sean Parker taught us. So Disney's Haunted Mansion, the famous long-running spooky, or spoopy, as they say at theme parks.
Do they say spoopy?
They say spoopy, because spoopy is like it's spooky, but it's also
With
like
poop.
Not.
It's my poop. It's
like
poop.
like poop. But no, it's like a way of describing it. It's still fun and light, but it's meant to be a little spooky.
I know.
That's what spoopy is.
I did a whole escape room down in Florida featuring Captain Spoopy Bones.
Oh,
It's a real thing.
so you kind of just were on the nose about it.
Yeah, and he talks like this. Hi, I'm Captain Spoopy Bones.
That's Cartman.
No. It's Cartman-esque. I give it to you, but hi, I'm Captain Spoopy Bones. It's very.
It's definitely a South Park character.
And he's a skeleton, and he's a pirate.
Of course.
In the corner, and he's animatronic and talks. And he's, don't go over there, go that way. It's very weird. And there's like 4 escape rooms in this place, and they're Doldrick's escape room in Florida, and it's tremendous. They're very, very well done. But that's like their mascot and their theme. And it was Captain Spoopy Bones and the Search for Lost Treasure or something like that. It was just such a weird theme. That's the first time I heard Spoopy.
Didn't they do a film on the Haunted Mansion with like Eddie Murphy or something like that?
No, never.
They've never done the Haunted Mansion?
No, I never did it.
Are you sure? Pretty sure they did it.
I think
No, they never. They never.
No,
did that.
they did.
Okay,
it was
that's
bad.
No, they've never turned Haunted Mansion into a movie ever before.
What year did that come out?
I don't even know. What, like they didn't make
my
it.
God.
No, I think it was like 2003.
Yeah, it was not very good.
Yeah, no, it was the way Disney used to make like stupid live action comedies with Tim Allen and Eddie Murphy and Farmer Fran and anybody.
Dr. Dolittle, like
Well, Dr. Dolittle wasn't Disney, but
yeah,
but
that kind of era, of
like
comedy.
Wild Hogs.
Yep.
You know, Old Dogs.
Wild Hogs?
Other movies that rhyme with bogs.
Wild Dogs was based on a theme park attraction.
No, but that was the kind of comedies Disney was making.
Old
around
Dogs
the time.
was based on a theme park.
Yeah,
attraction?
that one was.
So they've been
that one was based,
RV
that one,
was based on a theme park attraction.
Old Dogs was actually based on a kennel.
Ew.
Well, thanks for listening,
rough.
everyone.
Cut that one off.
Peter's gonna hate us.
Was it not a good joke, or was it just sad?
dark,
So, okay,
dark
yeah,
and sad.
I could have said an animal shelter where they kill the dogs.
Oh my God! What are you doing?
Did you guys know that they've been trying to get this made for literally like 13 years, and they hired a director and a writer in 2010? Who do you think it was?
I know who it was. I think.
Do you?
Yeah,
Who is it?
supposed to be Guillermo del Toro.
Yes, he wrote a script for it, actually.
Yeah.
So it's
he
13 years in development. That's why Owen Wilson is attached.
So he actually, like, up until 2013 was attached to this, worked on a script, turned the script in, and they're like, it's too scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's Guillermo del Toro, and he's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, but he wanted to make
Also,
it funny, too.
Yeah.
but,
Also, hey Disney, fuck off.
Whoa!
So you
for
say
not
this,
letting us have this.
I say that, and I think I want to see that version because
Yes.
I kind of want to see a little less slapsticky, funny still,
Of course.
right? But like, and I know the ride is slapsticky. If you've never been on the ride,
Yeah.
it is. But I kind of want to see not a tremendously serious, but kind of a serious adaptation of this ride.
Disney is too scared of doing
They
stuff
are
that,
way
that
too
is like
scared.
that anymore.
And it was going to be like a PG-13.
And Guillermo
It
del
wasn't going to be
Toro-
an R or anything.
Guillermo
but-
del Toro loves Haunted Mansion as a theme park ride. I'm pretty sure he has several Haunted Mansion things in his his man cave where he has unbelievable props and collectibles.
I read some
and everything.
interviews talking about it. He seemed very passionate about this project.
Yeah, that's totally normal to have
Horror-
a bunch of horror props in your man cave.
For Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
it
I
absolutely
feel like
is.
that would.
Yeah, I would give anything to walk around Guillermo del Toro's man cave. He's got so many cool things.
Did you see a section of this when you were at D23 or D22?
Yeah, they showed more a lot more than what's in this trailer.
How did it look to you?
It looks great. It was the first time I was like, oh, a Haunted Mansion movie could be pretty fun. It's got the right mix of scary and there's a little bit of comedy in there. It has a great ensemble cast. It looked like it was going to be a lot of fun.
Cast does look good.
Yeah, it's a great cast.
It's Lakeith Stanfield,
Owen
Rosario
Wilson,
Dawson,
Danny DeVito,
Tiffany Haddish, Winona Ryder, Dan
unfortunately, Jared Leto.
Playing Morbius.
Jamie Lee Curtis, like you said, Danny DeVito, Hassan Minhaj.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the young gentleman in the picture? What's he been in? Who's the little kid?
Chase Dillon, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
A newcomer.
Yeah, but he seemed very funny.
Yeah,
very enjoyable kid. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm interested to see this. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm not a theme park nut, so I a lot of the Easter eggs go right off my head. I just remember certain things from the ride, like the stretching portraits and like the certain ghosts. And
I
stuff
love
like
this
that.
ride when I was a kid. Yeah, and it's written by Justin Simeon, who wrote Dear White People and Bad Hair, and so that feels other enough for Disney to maybe give an iteration of a Disney film that seems other, right?
Yeah.
That seems a little different. It was written by the same person that did, I think, wrote The Heat, which was
Katie Dippold.
Yes, thank you. Sandra Bullock and Melissa
McCarthy.
Which I actually really like that film. I think
The
it's
Heat
really
was
funny.
fun.
And so
The Heat was fun.
it could be fun. It could be fun.
On
Yeah,
the move.
I'm interested. You gonna go see it in
The Heat
theaters?
is
I don't
fun.
know if I'll see it in theaters.
You're not gonna take your kids to see it in theaters?
Maybe, but
Shut
it all
the
depends.
fuck up, Ben.
The Heat is.
This is what happens when he doesn't see a movie.
Heat is on.
His mind is left to wander.
I can turn his mic off.
The Heat is.
Oh Jesus!
I'll see this one.
In the theater or
theaters?
no? Or wait till it comes on Disney Plus.
Let me say this. I would like to see this in the theater.
Okay.
This would be normally one I would go to see. We are so busy these days, it is a lot harder to get to the theater. That being said, like I really wanted to see Creed 3. I really wanted to see Creed 3.
I mean, it literally just opened. You
I know,
go
but
see still.
No, he's done. He missed it. He missed his opportunity. He was supposed to see it with me.
I will probably wait.
That's the movie I was going to see this week.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
And I forgot to talk about it.
I was.
Not because it wasn't good, just because I was thrown off entirely.
It comes out July 28th. There's a lot of films coming out this summer. If
Finally.
the reviews are good, I might go see it. It's one of those things
Well,
I will wait and see a little bit.
That's my birthday, so.
Okay, then I'm not.
Oh, so we'll take Ben to go see it. Everyone, we're having a haunted mansion party for Ben's birthday.
Okay,
Come to the theater.
Not the worst idea.
You are all
That's
you are
actually not the
all
worst
you
idea.
are all invited. It's going to be a spoopy affair. We're going to invite Captain Spoopy Butthole or whatever.
I'm Captain Spoopy. Most come out to Ben's birthday party.
All right, we did watch another trailer.
I'm a skeleton.
All right.
We did, but you know what? We're going to interrupt real quick to do a Go Flix Yourself rewind. Hey, you know what else I saw?
What'd you see?
I also saw Creed 3.
Me too.
No, you didn't, you piece of shit. You canceled on me because you had to go work at the fucking arcade.
Oh, wow. You know, that's...
Was it Creed 3 with arms wide open?
It was with arms wide open. But yeah, I saw Creed 3, and it is fantastic. You know,
how would you rate it?
You
Like,
know?
I mean, is it up there? Like, you think the best?
not the best because it's hard to top the first Creed. That first Creed is outstanding.
Better than the second, you think?
Yes, definitely better than the second, and not because I disliked the second.
Second one's good.
Just because second.
I
one's,
thought there was some fall off on the second one. Though.
Second one's good. Not as great as the first one, but the third one, honestly, what helps make it more interesting is both the story and Michael B. Jordan bringing some surprising style flourishes that I wasn't expecting. You might have seen this, talking about this in the press and stuff like that, but he was very much influenced by anime as far as how he wanted to direct this movie, and you really feel it in some of the boxing sequences. He does some really creative things with the fights and how they're shot and everything, how you see punches and like just certain kinds of shots, and he's got a lot of promise as a director. I'm interested to see what else he can do after this.
So we know that Ben is scrappy, right? That is
Like
not
Scrappy
a secret.
Doo?
Do you think you put
Spoopy
Ben and Jonathan Majors in a ring together? Who wins?
Oh gosh, I mean, I think Ben doesn't even get in the ring. I think he walks into the room. He sees Jonathan Majors take his shirt off. He just goes, "Oh, well, that's that."
Oh, I thought you were saying because I couldn't physically climb up into the ring. Like,
Oh, that too.
I would just like kind of like roll into this. Yeah.
But man, and Jonathan Majors, man, he is incredible in this movie.
Like Tom Hanks, he has a future.
He really does because
I know.
his career is just starting, even though he's done a lot, but in a short amount of time. But he is incredible in this movie. I was just in awe watching.
You think
him.
he'll win a major award for this?
Not for this, no.
It's not that type of film,
Yeah.
right? But it is.
It's just, but he.
I just said that because his last name is Majors.
No.
So I said major award. Neither one of you got it.
Yeah, well,
what are we doing here? This is a movie podcast.
Yeah,
we're gonna make jokes.
Definitely not a good joke podcast.
Oh, just because you didn't get it.
But yeah, it's I liked everything about this movie. The way it develops Creed as a character, he's really not made out to be the hero. You know, Bianca is not pushed to the side. Tessa Thompson's fantastic. What they do with their daughter is a nice touch as well. And funnily enough, like there's no Rocky, which is a surprising move. They didn't need any Rocky in it, and you don't. You feel his absence a little bit, but not in a way where it's a detriment to the movie. If anything, it helps because it makes it that this is really is Creed's movie. You know, it's not relying on him.
Yeah,
helping
they've
him
graduated,
anymore.
right?
So yeah, it's good stuff. If you're able to do it, you got the time. I would definitely see Creed 3 in the theaters.
Wait, what was that?
I would definitely see Creed 3 in the theaters.
There we go. Well, let's fast forward. I'll back out to. No, that's rewinding again.
No, I'm doing Thanksgiving.
Oh, so those were desserts of the world.
Ninja Turtles,
Oh, what are you doing? You just rewound to the wrong part of the podcast.
Yeah, you rewound it again.
Ninja Turtles.
Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome
no,
fighting
no.
team. They're heroes in a half shell and they're green. When the evil
do you know
shredder
this?
attacks, these turtle boys don't cut up no slack.
You really know the words?
Of course I know the words. I grew up and watching the cartoon every Saturday.
You know what? We didn't have Game Boy Colors.
Yeah,
Oh my
we had recorded
God.
episodes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on videotape.
And my mom said, "That's good enough for you."
Jesus.
When we asked my parents if we could see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in theaters, they were like, "We have Ninja Turtles at home."
And then they just pointed to your box turtle in the aquarium like, his name's Ralph.
He's been dead.
So are you guys excited about this? This is obviously an animated film. This is not, a live action film like the ones that they did in the 2000s and the 90s. But the animation looks fascinating to me.
It looks great.
Well, I mean,
they're a lot of fun.
They're obviously taking a cue from Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
And then the recent
and Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, but the Puss in Boots had kind of that animation style a little bit too.
Clearly, there's a Spider-Verse influence. It draws inspiration from the original Mirage comics, but it also includes a little bit of the more contemporary style that you see in the newest iteration of Turtles, the 2D animated Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because they give Raphael like a bandana mask instead of just having the mask across his eyes. And the character style and design is a little bit more reminiscent of that. But what I like about this so much, and I wasn't even expecting them to be this young, but they're like young teenagers. They're like 13, 14-year-old boys.
Except that did bother me a little bit in that, like,
one voice is not.
There was
a teenage boy.
Donatello, I think it was, or
one of them, 23-year-old.
One of them
voice
was
actor.
like clearly like 8.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is younger for sure. Like I don't think they're like 8. They're probably like 12. Like on the
I don't know, but the voice was very clearly not like a teenager.
It just
no.
like,
There are
one of them felt
teenagers
like,
whose voices haven't changed fully yet. Like there's a spectrum of teenage voices out
the
there.
one thing that did throw me off though was one sounded very. I mean,
That's what I'm
like
saying. It
9
was
years old,
almost too
and then
much.
one was like 18.
Like, it
That's
looked
how
like
kids
it's
are
their little
sometimes.
brother.
That's how kids are sometimes.
No, but they're twins.
The voices-
Or they're quadruplets.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the same age.
They're not. It's not like they all came from the same dad out of the
How
same
do you
mom.
know?
You don't know.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do because I know the origins of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they were all
No,
for it, and they
no.
got spilled secret ooze on them.
Exactly.
Anyway.
That joke about ooze was great. But
All the jokes are great in this. When the sai is in his leg and he just screams.
It's still in.
yeah, that's actually what attracted me to this film a little bit more. Was
the harming of animals?
the comedy seemed a little less slapsticky as some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles films have been.
Yeah.
And a little more, not adult, but
It's clever. It's
clever. Seth Rogen is producing, I think, this. He's also voice acting in it, but I think his production company has a role in this.
It does, yeah. Him and Evan Goldberg.
And so you can clearly see that they want to craft this into a different type of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, and I'm here for it. I think it could be very good.
Yeah, I'm 100% in for this.
Yeah, it looks, and the voice cast is stacked. They're including tons of characters from the animated series and the comics,
including
Jackie
Bebop.
Chan.
Jackie Chan is voicing Splinter, but then you have people like Paul Rudd, Hannibal Buress, John Cena. Like there's tons of really
Maya
famous
Rudolph,
voices.
Giancarlo Esposito, Post Malone. I know you guys are big fans.
As Ray Fillet.
Yes, Ice
Who's
Cube.
Ray Fillet?
He's a guy named Ray who looks like a stingray, but anthropomorphized like the turtles are.
Seth Rogen and John Cena are Bebop and Rocksteady, which should be fun. But yeah, there's a great ensemble for.
Are they
going
to do Krang like they did MODOK?
Where like they'll make him a big head.
Yeah, like in the belly.
Sure, yeah.
That'd be awesome, actually.
No, I mean I'm sure though if Krang.
I don't know if Krang is in this or not.
It could be a surprise.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Post Malone.
All I know, he's playing Ray Fillet.
No, it could be both.
I mean, maybe. I would love to see Post Malone have that kind of versatility. But no, I'm very excited for this. I was curious to see what this would look like, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I love the animation style in it. And did you guys notice the piano version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme at the very beginning?
no, I didn't.
It's like a slow but upbeat version of the Ninja Turtles theme song in like a piano key.
Nice.
It's very nice. I was just rewatching it.
Is that Randy Newman?
Randy Newman's doing the soundtrack for this one.
Here come the turtles out of the sewer. They got covered in ooze and now they're here to fight crime. You got a turtle friend. He's here to fight crime.
Again. Why don't you come with me? And hey, we'll all see where the turtles go in the pond.
In that scene, I'm just sobbing in the theater. It's so beautiful.
My favorite is his villain theme song though.
Bebop, rock steady. Bebop, rock steady.
It's good stuff. we like that fun here.
Oh, I love it.
That's it for the trailers. We did those two
Guys,
this
we
week.
did it.
Yeah.
All right, boys, I did bring a game for us to play. It is inspired by the film that I was assigned to watch,
Monopoly.
American Graffiti.
Oh.
Why did you say that?
You watched Margin Call recently.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty big rewind.
So I'm always fascinated by the titles of films before they get released. You know, they get working titles, or they get titles that the director really wants to call it, and then the studio says, nope, we're not calling it that, right?
I do want to clarify so people do understand something. A working title isn't necessarily ever meant to be an official title for the movie. Sometimes they give a movie a secret title.
Blue Harvest.
Yeah,
exactly.
so that if it's shooting somewhere, like people won't be like, oh, let's go watch the new fucking Superman shoot. It's like no, it's called Martian's Folly.
Yeah. So this is not working
I would
titles.
see Martian's Folly.
I know.
Of course.
Sounds great. These aren't working titles. These are actual titles for the films that through, showing it to people, through the studio getting their hand on it, the director or the writer didn't get their way, right? And so they changed it. Or, for instance, American Graffiti, right, was initially called Another Slow Night in Modesto.
Oh, have you ever seen
Another Slow Night in Modesto?
No, there's a famous shot of studio notes that American Graffiti got. And there's a list of all of the alternate titles they consider for American Graffiti, and some of them don't make a fucking lick of sense. They're just nonsense phrases that they thought kids would jive with.
And so
Like Paul's thigh.
And so Francis Ford Coppola said, no, that's too long. We can't do it. And so then George Lucas came back and said, how about Rock Around the Block? And Francis Ford Coppola said, nope, still not doing that one.
No, George, you can't name movies.
American Graffiti is what they came up with. So this game is about the titles that was, the title of the film before it went through the Francis Ford Coppolas of the world.
Okay.
This is not working titles. These are actual titles of the film. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the other title.
Okay.
Right? And then I'm going to give you the year it was made once you guys are ready for that one. And then I'll give you the top 2 actors in the film.
Ooh.
Okay? So, for instance, the first one. By the way, do you have a buzz-in sound, please?
Burp.
Corn.
Okay. And corn and burp. All right. The other title.
I'm Burp.
The,
He's Corn.
yeah, I know.
Okay, just making sure that you knew.
And our listeners, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was supposed to be called 3000. When you're ready for your next clue, I will give it. Just let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead.
All right. The film was made in 1990.
That's not your noise.
1990.
Burp.
Yes.
Mr. Destiny?
No.
That's just another baseball movie.
No, Mr. 3000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Mr. Destiny sounds good.
Go ahead. Go and
Jim Belushi.
All right. You ready for the next clue?
Did you ever see the sequel to Mr. Destiny?
Was there really a sequel?
Destiny's Child.
It's not even a good joke. That's not even a good joke. That's a band.
I got Nate.
I went there. I went there with
not
them.
a band. Jesus Christ, Ben. What are you?
Yeah, seriously.
Wow, Destiny's Child is my favorite band. I love seeing Beyonce on the banjo.
Game over. We're done.
All right, moving on to the actors in this, and you have already guessed. So this is on Brad.
It's on Mr. Brad.
So the title was 3000. The movie was made in 1990, and it stars Julia Roberts and Richard Gere.
Oh, Corn.
Yes.
Pretty Woman.
Yes. Do you know what it was in reference to?
The money.
How much
right.
money she was getting paid to
Yeah.
smorgle his board?
$3,000. And so originally the film was called 3000 based on that, and they said this isn't working.
Yeah, like we can't call it. This is
too random.
Hooker
Right?
money.
The other problem that I think the other title they had was Fancy Whore, but that didn't test well with audiences.
Hey, you guys want to see the new Julia Roberts movie? She Does Stuff for Money.
All right.
Well, that's I mean,
How far can he take it?
is that played off? Is that like playing off of the color of money? Kinda.
All right. Here's another one. The title was When I Grow Up. When I Grow Up.
Burp.
You don't have to do it right away.
You know, I want you big.
That is correct.
Yeah, you don't have to do it, brother. Brad. Yeah, when you're a rock star, you do.
Oh, Jesus. Now I hope he gets the rest of them wrong.
All right, here we go. The Last First Kiss.
Burp.
Yeah.
51st Dates.
No.
The last first.
That's a pretty good guess, though. I mean,
Kiss.
it sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, go
I'm
and
not
keep,
mad
go,
at
and, go and keep going.
2005.
2005. The last first kiss. I know I've heard this before too.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Will Smith and Kevin James.
Oh, Corn.
You know what? I'm gonna need you to say it the way that you said it. That you were gonna say
No, I
it.
kind of love this.
Because you're making it very like ASMR. You're like, corn.
Very good.
Hitch.
That is correct. That is 2 points for Brad.
What's wrong with you?
1 point for Ben.
Hey, you know that if they made a sequel for it, you know what it'd be called?
Hitched?
No, Son of a Hitch. That's a
All
joke.
right.
That's a joke from Parks and Recreation.
Oh, you can't take
Yeah.
credit. Got it.
All right, here we go. Other title: Pacific Air Flight 121.
Corn.
Yes, go ahead, Brad.
I almost did it too.
Is it plain?
I really thought it was too. I was gonna guess that same one.
No.
Okay,
Good
okay.
thing you didn't.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready now.
2006.
2006. The plane from upstairs.
Nope.
What?
Pacific Air Flight.
Sorry, Pacific Air Flight
121.
121.
Was the,
Pacific Air Flight 121 from 2006.
and this has a funny change because of the actor in it.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
Hey,
Wait,
no.
wait.
You can't go.
Oh.
You guessed already.
You so
already-
did you.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
I was making a joke like the plane from upstairs.
Oh,
like,
okay.
just like,
Starring Samuel L. Jackson and Rachel Blanchard.
snakes on a plane.
Correct. And Samuel L. Jackson very funnily said, "Let's just call the movie what it is.
I almost-
Snakes on a fucking plane."
I almost said Snakes on a Plane, but I never ever remember hearing any
Yep.
alternate titles for
Yeah,
it.
there was the alternate title when they started the film was that.
Man, plane just kills me because that movie's good.
Yeah, don't make fun of the plane. I'm
No,
here.
it's good.
It's a good movie.
All right. The Lunch Brunch.
The Breakfast Club.
Correct. So that is. Are you winning right now?
It's
Just
it's
four?
Three? Is it-
Four?
No, it's 3 for me.
Sure.
3 to 2.
Yeah, 3 to 2.
All right.
Yeah, 3 to 2.
Scary movie.
Corn.
Yep.
Scream.
Correct.
Yeah, nice.
It was called Scary Movie, which is funny because didn't they do the parody? It was called Scary Movie.
Yeah.
No, it's called Airplane.
This is fun. Star Beast.
Star Beast.
Wow.
What a great name for a film. I
Right.
want to watch that.
Corn.
Yeah.
Alien.
Correct.
Oh, nice.
It was called Star Beast initially.
You know what they would call it if they had a sequel?
Stop it, Brad.
Yes.
Star Beasts.
No, Aliens. That's
I added the S to Star Beasts.
I know, but
thought it was-
I said the real title.
Okay. The original name of this film was named after the book that it's inspired by. Do androids dream of a
Corn.
sheep?
He didn't even do his right sound.
I would.
He went dog.
No, I started with a B.
Yeah, but you didn't say burp.
I know. I
No, you're full of shit.
Play it back. I swear.
Play it back.
Actually, we don't have a review
I
team
said
tonight.
burp.
That's not even.
I did. I said a burp.
All right,
you didn't
listen.
say burp.
Both of you guys say it at the same time. What is it?
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
He didn't even say
No,
it.
it's Blade Runner.
All right.
Based on the Philip K. Dick novel,
Correct.
but it's not really a novel. It's more of a novella. It's a short story.
It's a short story inside of the album.
It had to be Jew.
Did you say it had to be Jew?
Yeah, that was the original title of this
Oh
film.
boy, that sounds like a Judd Apatow.
It had to
thing.
be Jew.
Keep going.
And then they changed it to anhedonia, which is the medical term that refers to an inability to experience pleasure. Neither one of those won.
Corn.
Yeah,
Annie Hall.
correct. It makes sense now,
Yeah.
right? Like, that would be a title Woody Allen would probably
Yeah,
name it.
exactly.
All right, here's one. Spaceman from Pluto.
Corn.
Yeah,
Back to the Future.
correct.
Nice. Yeah.
Moving Buddies.
Moving buddies.
Moving Buddies. Moving Buddies. Corn.
Yes,
Toy Story.
correct.
Ooh, nice.
Pew 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 pew.
One more. This.
Yeah, I
this-
think you're a runaway winner here, Brad.
All right. Well, you did really well on this. I'm
You
very
did.
proud
I tried
of
my-
you.
I tried my
you
best.
No, you did well.
Try my best.
The tribal rights of the new Saturday night.
The Tribal Knights.
The tribal rights
Tribal Rights.
of the new Saturday night.
The tribal rights of the new.
And somebody said that's too freaking long. We're not naming it that.
the tribal rights of the new Saturday.
This is where
night.
I know the studios aren't always the heroes in these kind of things, but sometimes it's good to put it through the ringer for a studio and say, no.
Corn.
Yeah,
National Lampoon's Animal House.
no.
Wow.
Wait, I got clues if you want them.
Oh, sure, yeah.
1977, starring John Travolta and Karen Lynn.
Is that Grease?
No, it's Saturday Night Fever.
Correct. Saturday Night Fever.
Oh yeah, he was in Saturday Night Fever, wasn't he?
Yeah. He also
Exactly.
directed the sequel, Staying Alive.
Saturday Night Fevers? Aliens?
I want to congratulate
Bradford
Oman for winning
yeah.
this. You know, he's been in a
Hey,
dry spell.
but you too, though.
You did really well.
Yeah.
You did really
I
well.
tried my best.
So, and thanks for playing at home on the podcast again. This was inspired by the film that Brad gave me, American Graffiti.
Speaking of which, I wanted to go through and I went and found the list of the alternate titles that were considered. This was typed out on...
This is for American Graffiti?
Yeah, this is for
Okay.
American Graffiti. This was typed out on official Lucasfilm letterhead and everything from one of the producers to try and figure out titles for this movie.
Yeah.
So, The Hot Time, The Wild Summer, Color Them Wild, The Young Crowd, Summer Blood, Wild is
Summer Blood.
Summer Blood, Wild is the Blood, The Young and Doomed, The Last Free Summer,
George Lucas sucks.
The Last Free Summer is not a bad title.
The Cherry Coke Summer, Before We Grow Up.
Brad would see that one. The Cherry Coke Summer.
I'd see Cherry Coke Summer. The Frantic Heart,
Yeah.
Last Night to Make Out,
Okay.
I mean,
Burger City Blues,
Yep, there's a winner.
Make Out at Burger City. They had a couple burger ideas they wanted to go with. Super Cola,
that's like super bad, which is again derivative of
Nice.
this film.
The Drag Years. 1962 was some year.
Was that really a title?
Yep.
Was some year.
Wine, Women, and Song.
Oh.
To
It's
learn.
like that sounds like a Lifetime film.
Bruce, tell your wife to stop pitching ideas.
Rebus.
What?
Rebus. R-E-B-U-S.
Is that the name of a character in the?
I don't think so.
Somebody just got hit in the head. Rebus.
Ask Wolfman Jack. That's a pretty good one.
Just put him into the title. You know, get it in there.
Goodbye, Burger City.
Do Burger City's dream of Android dreams?
There was one that was just Burger City. But yeah, this
American Graffiti was. I mean, again,
So that's now, of course, it's
is just some of the titles. There are seriously about 40 titles.
Whoa.
though initially when I heard American Graffiti, it sounded like a Christian Bale film to me. Like it just seemed like
like American Hustle.
American Psycho.
or American History X. And he's not in that, but
No,
it
yeah,
sounded like that's what I kind of thought it was in
Yeah.
that vein of a film. And it is not.
No, it is wonderful. You haven't seen it, Ben?
No, I obviously it's a all-time classic. It's been on my list for years. Just never seen it.
Wow.
I'll have to check it out.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to sign that and Slumdog Millionaire and probably the
Lincoln.
the movie you're supposed to watch.
Yeah, great, cool.
It would have been
Actually,
great.
that would be really great.
It would be great,
It'd be a great.
actually.
It'd be a great week for movies for Ben.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well,
So
let's do it.
I would try if I were you.
Okay, well, you know what? I will.
Next time, let's try and have a real podcast.
Maybe
Like, did you just clap your? Hey, you know that you just
Break.
dicked me?
Break.
Like a fucking 7-year-old soccer team that like half the kids didn't show up, and you're like having a team meeting with the parents afterwards. Like, hey, and next week let's just try to have a game.
hey.
Okay.
I'm
really-
hoping that
really
you're
give it
not
to
going to be
him.
my juice box guy
Yeah.
in the future.
Hey,
all right?
maybe Karen, can you bring the orange slices next time? Okay.
You know who you're talking to? I'm talking to the juice box guy.
An unsung hero of a film from Will Ferrell. I love that film.
Yeah,
I just think it's
kicking
so
and
good.
screaming.
It is. So
We
good.
talked about how underrated that film
I
is.
know it
That's
is,
good.
but again, we're quoting it again. So
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Rate us 5 stars if you please. Subscribe to the podcast. Tell your friends. Spotify,
Go
Apple Podcasts,
go Flix
Stitcher,
go flixyourselfpod.com.
Flim Flam Man.
That's not a real podcast network.
But you'll find it.
But it really does help us if you rate it. Again, just it can be simple, like you don't like Ben, but you like the podcast.
Okay, well, that seems very specific, but okay.
It's a review that we've gotten.
Wait.
My dad does not know how to use the internet, so
But again, those reviews do make. And if you don't want to go through Apple Podcasts, you can actually review on our website. Go
just
Flix Yourself Pod.
text Brad at 219-57. I don't know.
You don't have.
I don't know his number.
He was close.
But you can find again, Brad online. Where's your? Aren't you on the Twitters?
Yeah, at Ethan_Anderton. Feel free to check that out. Feel free to check out slashfilm.com where I'm editing and writing. And I just recently did a bunch of fun reviews, or not reviews. Hold on. Check out slashfilm.com where I recently did a bunch of cool interviews with people like Jim Gaffigan and Nick Kroll and Ike Barinholtz. So check those out.
And you do mention Ben and I most of the time, right?
Like at least 3 out of 5
Like
appearances.
my friend Ben says, or
God, yeah.
my friend Nate said this funniest thing. What do you think about this?
Yeah, we've been through this, and I make sure every single time I do these interviews, I go, guys, I want you to know I'm the only person you should care about.
Jim Gaffigan actually agreed with that, which was a little off-putting.
All right. You can find Ben and I online, but more importantly, you can find our podcast online on Twitter. You can find it on Go Flix Yourself. You can go to Facebook, find Go Flix Yourself. That's the most important thing.
We've seen an uptick in comments, too. There have been we post stuff on Facebook, and you guys are actually responding. We love it. I love reading it. It makes my day, makes my month, makes my year. Do it again.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Love you all. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Not cheating, eh?